Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Remember at the beginning of the Russian invasion, special operation, blah blah blah, land grab, they were talking about foreign fighters. Well, it seems like the foreign fighters on the Ukrainian side got some problems. So let's see what's going on here. This article comes from NBC News. From July 21st, 2022. This is the title. Foreign soldiers flocked to Ukraine after Russia invaded. 5 months on, the fighting is taking a heavy toll. After a thrilling first few months of unexpected success that boosted morale among the Ukrainian ranks, the reality of the bloodiest European conflict since World War II has taken its toll among some of the thousands of foreign fighters who traveled from abroad to battle the Russian invaders. The war has long moved past the Ukrainian victory in Kiev, Serbia. My God, I want to pass that shit. It's so unbelievable. They're still stuck with that. They want about victory. Anyway, the war has long moved past the Ukrainian victory. Okay, if you guys want it, the same as the Azovstal fighters, they did not surrender. They came out, and they were not taken to the Russian occupied territory. They went there, or they something like euphemism like this. So instead, after months of battles, soldiers pushed for excruciating incremental gains from trenches into grass plains and farms fields of the country's east and south. It's now a grueling artillery slugfest. Round after round hits near Ukrainian lines, filling the air with dirt, blah blah blah. But let's see where these guys are. The American fighting for Ukraine, who served in the US Army with combat tours in the Middle East, described the constant Russian bombardment of the city of Severodonetsk in Ukraine's Donbas region as the closest thing I've ever seen to hell. Well, it says, we lost 3 guys after fighting near Severodonetsk, the soldier said. My commander got killed out there, a buddy of mine got killed out there. When shit like that happens, it's hard to imagine the way forward. The Ukrainian losses has been steep, as many as 100 to 200 casualties per day at the worst point in the war, according to Ukraine's own estimates. All right, so it says, despite the challenges, fighters who spoke to NBC News reminded about their commitment to pushing out the Kremlin's forces. The soldiers admitted, however, the supply shortages, delays in receiving weapons promised by the West, and communication frustration have challenged their spirits after months of battles. Alright, it says the Kremlin alleges that there are no longer any foreign fighters in Ukraine. I doubt that, and that any who remained are mercenaries. Maybe. I don't know. Ukraine's International League, meanwhile, said that its soldiers must follow the same disciplinary rules as the Ukrainian soldiers. They are also paid at the same rate, around $500 per month, depending on rank, with the opportunity for bonuses. This is the same thing as some companies. The CEOs have salaries of, let's say $200,000, but the bonus is like 50 million or something. Okay, thank you very much. And that's a different taxation, I think, for bonuses versus the salary. So yeah, thank you. It says here that the Transatlantic Dialogue Center, a Kiev-based think tank, estimated that more than 20,000 people have joined the International League, though it is unclear how they arrived at that figure. Counted 1, 2, I don't know, they signed the papers, I guess, and they got the signatures, right? It says that more than 15 nationalities from every continent are represented in the Legion, and the former soldiers from the US and UK are the most common. The Transatlantic Dialogue Center, Kiev, they said 20,000 people. Yeah, okay. It says many of the soldiers who spoke to NBC News, said they initially joined to help train Ukrainians after seeing the early bloody images of the war online and ended up joining the fight. Despite recent hardships, they all share that they are beginning to see promising signs that Ukraine is working to address its weaknesses. Well, good. With, expect sacrifice and expect hardship. That's how it is in a war. Expect to be caught, expect to be blown into pieces, expect to be, unfortunately, forever physically or mentally or both disabled. But if that's what they like, that's what they think, that's what they felt, nothing against that. Always the, how should I put it, the inner passion is more important than, a comfortable life. Comfortable and boring instead of, having a passionate and maybe shorter life. Remember when there were the attacks September 11th here in the United States, mass media here seem to question the reasons why those crazies did what they did, and they started blaming, they're just jealous with our way of living, and just they hate our freedoms and all kind of things. You know what they couldn't understand? They couldn't understand that those guys, how crazy they were, how passionate they were, however you want to put it, how extreme they were. Their convictions, their passion, their belief was stronger than a money. The unity of a country based on money, it's going to dissipate as soon as a higher bidder comes and shows up. But the love of your nation, and to understand what the love of a nation is based on the values that you really love, not the money, not the comfort. The comfort, as I said, it's not something that bonds the country and nation together. It's other values, other feelings, other passions. And this is something that these guys could not understand. Why would those crazies blow themselves up with, bombs all over strapped around them? That's stupid. And they were making jokes. Oh, that's the 100 virgins waiting for you over there and so on. How stupid that is and how stupid that is. Well, they didn't even try to understand that it was not the goal. It was something deeper than that. I'm not defending these guys, but it was a different chord, materialistic chord, and the other one was a passionate chord, misguided, crazy, extremist, but it was something that, the same here. These guys who go over there, these foreign fighters, they do not go over there for money. They go over there because they believe in something outside of themselves, bigger than themselves, and they risk their lives for these ideals. Good or bad, from what angle you look at it, they risk their lives for an idea. Defend. These guys are attacked by the evil, enemy and so on. So that's regardless if they're paid or they're not paid. That passion. So maybe people understand the passion versus, the materialistic gains that moves some societies more than love and passion, and not love, like that kind of love, a different kind of love for a certain kind of lifestyle or understanding, a community. They've been replaced by the mass media, news and entertainment, the educational system, the politicians, in a cesspool of materialistic gain and desire. And if you're unfortunate to be born in this kind of environment, I'm not saying all of it, but environment, enclave, it's hard to break out. If you come from other places, other locations, not necessarily other countries, some other villages, other cities, other areas in the United States, you are able to see what's going on with this country, with the soul of this country. When the soul is destroyed because the nation doesn't believe in itself anymore, the enemy won. He doesn't have to send tanks, airplanes, or anything like that. If you don't believe in your country, in you lose your soul, they can do whatever they want with you. You know why? Because they can pay you. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.